Are you ready to listen to a podcast?
Here comes the Playhouse Podcast, thanks to Bradshaw and Bryan Law Offices.
Find, subscribe, and listen.
Something we should play?
My brother's girlfriend. Oh my God. We were hanging out Easter weekend, by the way, and my grandma's got this thing about the Kardashians. She just loves them.
Your grandmother,
Yes.
your 92-year-old grandmother loves the Kardashians?
She loves them and hates them at the same time because she says she hates them, but she only talks about them. And then she's like, what is with this Kim Kardashian dating this Pete Davidson guy? And then my brother's girlfriend goes, BDE. I was like, oh my God.
No, does Grandma Ellie,
what's that?
Does Grandma Ellie know what BDE is?
No, I just said he has a lot of energy, Grandma. That big energy. It was so funny. I was like, oh my God.
Well, should we tell her? I know she listens to the show.
I'll tell her in private. We're not going to call my grandmother and say those words over
could be
the phone.
Best fun we've had this week is if we could call Grandma Ellie right now.
Never.
And tell her what that really means.
I will never give you her phone number.
Why can't we?
Because that's so awful. She's 92 and you're going to say those words into her ear.
Does she have kids?
Yes.
Okay, she knows what it is.
But she doesn't have to hear it in her little head. She has little old person ears, and they're like, she's so cute.
It's
and you're
not
going to do
kill
that?
her.
You're sick. I'm not going to say that over the phone, and neither are you.
This show will not end today until we get to call your grandmother and tell her what that is.
You're a pervert.
It's not
Yes.
what it is. You give up the number. Derek, I know your husband's listening. Derek, I need Grandma Ellie's phone number.
You can't throw your boss energy around and demand people's grandparents' phone numbers. It's not how it works.
Okay, I will leave it. Who has the final say in this?
I do.
Our listeners do. Our listeners always have the final say in everything we do. For the next 10 minutes, I just want you to text yes if you want us to call Kat's grandmother live on the radio and tell her what that song is about, or no if you think it's inappropriate. I will count up all the votes, and at 9:05, we will either call Kat's grandmother,
okay,
or we won't. That's up to you as you're listening right now. Yes for a call to Grandma Ellie, no for just letting her find out in her own special Grandma Ellie way.
Be good people.
Text now. I want to get on the record and say I'm opposed to this. I don't think this is something you should do as a respectful granddaughter to your grandmother. Your Grandma Ellie is one of the sweetest women I have ever met. Always a smile and a caring word. She's
You're so messed up.
She's what, 91? 92 years old. 92 years young. This is a woman who's explored the earth. She's traveled to almost every corner of our planet, worked her younger days as a flight attendant. Or was she on Pan Am?
I have no idea, but maybe Delta.
But, is obviously, had a family and a wonderful life. And I find that at Kat's niece's birthday party. Nephew's birthday party. At a kid's birthday party. Somebody yells out, BDE! and Kat's grandmother is clearly confused. She doesn't know what's going on. And here's the worst, is that you think it's a good idea to call your grandma live on the radio to tell her what this is? What did she do? Did you not get good Christmas presents this year? Like, why would you embarrass her like this?
Your rant prior encouraged so many people to text, yes, call this little old lady and say these words.
And they're home, right? They got like a landline or something here? Oh. It's like their home phone. Do they have a landline?
Yeah, they each have cells.
Oh, they
landline, yeah.
This is her cell?
No, this is her landline.
Landline.
Hello?
Hi, Grandpa. Can we talk to Grandma real quick?
Sure.
Okay.
Hello?
Hi, Grandma.
Hi, Ellie.
Hi, honey.
I
Hi.
have Dummy McGee with me. I told the story about at Clark's birthday how we were talking about the Kardashians on Hulu, and then Michael's fiance Ashley yelled out why Kim K loves Pete Davidson.
Do you remember
so much.
what she yelled? Those three letters. Do you remember what she said?
BDE. Do you remember that?
No, I don't remember.
Okay, so she was like BDE, and Kat
JJ didn't know if you knew what that stood for.
No, I guess not. Just say it slow.
Your beautiful, respectful granddaughter is now going to tell you what it stands for.
It stands for big energy. So he wows her with his nether regions.
Oh. Oh.
Isn't JJ sick? Aren't you?
I didn't make it up. I wasn't the one who yelled it.
You made me call my grandmother
Ellie,
and do this.
Ellie, out of pure respect, I thought you should know what it meant. I hate when people have these inside jokes and like they say jokes behind your back and you don't get a chance to understand it. And I felt like you deserve to understand what she was truly saying at that moment.
You need to write him out of the will, Grandma.
At that children's birthday party, you deserve to know what that lady was saying.
I love you. Have a good day.
Thanks for calling. Thanks for clarifying.
You're the best, Ellie. Have a great morning.
Thank you.
All right. Love you. Bye.
Love you too. Bye.
Always one of my favorite days in the Playhouse when we get to play drunk adult or little kids. So basically, here's how it works. You give us the scenario, and then Kat, in all her power and intellect, has got to figure out if you did this as a drunk adult or a little kid.
Can I do one for you from texting real quick?
Sure.
Okay, this one is from Susan, drunk adult or little kid. I went to run and do a front flip into the swimming pool at my house. When
Drunk adult. Guaranteed drunk adult.
All right, we'll find out.
Oh, we don't know yet?
She's slow at texting. Susan, text me back.
It works a whole lot better if you guys call. So we'll start with Tyler today. Tyler, give us the scenario. Then we're all going to try and guess whether they did this as a drunk adult or a little kid. What'd you do?
I shook up a full cherry Pepsi bottle, and I sprayed it on a security guard.
Okay, security guard, cherry Pepsi. Drunk adult or little kid here with Tyler Cash?
I'm going to say little kid. Didn't know what they were doing.
I'm going to go drunk adult because it sounds like an aggressive Tyler today. So drunk adult or little kid, what'd you do it as?
I was a drunk adult. Douchebag of a security guard. I was trying to get all lippy with my wife during a barbecue we were having in a local park.
Okay.
As soon as he raised his voice to her, I swear I shook that bottle of cherry Pepsi up and I sprayed it right in his face.
Oh, my God.
And I promise you, he left us alone after that.
Oh, yeah.
You cannot assault people like that.
Strong arm a security guard. That a boy.
Susan was a little kid, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah. So not a drunk adult by the pool.
All right, so I'm 1 for 1 then, or 1 for 2 now, actually. Steven, drunk adult or little kid? Let's get the scenario first.
So I got yelled at by a police officer for feeding its dog ice cream.
Oh,
Okay.
all right.
I'm going to say drunk adult. You thought you were super cool. There's a German Shepherd. You have vanilla ice cream.
Drunk adult or little kid here, bud?
It was when I was a little kid. I was like 5 years old. This police officer at my elementary school always had a dog with him.
Okay.
So during lunch one day, I fed the dog some ice cream.
Okay.
The police officer started yelling and saying that you're going to kill my dog. The dog can't eat ice cream. He's lactose intolerant.
Okay.
I got into a lot of trouble, had to stay after school.
And
I wasn't allowed around the dog anymore after that.
so, okay, I appreciate your story. Are dogs lactose intolerant?
Some probably can
My
be.
dog will eat ice cream like nobody's business.
Really?
Yeah.
And doesn't go and wreck your carpet?
No, not at all. All right, one more this round. Mindy, welcome to the show. First off, give us the scenario, and then we're going to guess whether you did it as a drunk adult or a little kid. What happened?
So I got kicked off a plane for crying too loud.
Okay, you're kicked off a plane for crying too loud.
I'm going to say drunk adult. You were just ham-boned.
I would have said little kid on this one because somebody would have complained about it. So drunk adult or little kid?
I was a drunk adult.
Yes.
Okay.
That one.
They would not serve me a mudslide, so I just started crying really, really hard. You know, they asked me to stop, and I couldn't. I literally just got dumped by my fiance, so I was having a completely full-on breakdown. They kicked me off the plane, and I still did not stop making a scene. I cried all the way off the plane.
You ruined it for the bunch. That's why American Airlines just started serving beer and wine and spirits again. They're going to stop because you don't get your mudslide. You're going to start crying like that.
Never even thought about ordering a mudslide on a plane. It's
Ooh.
always been like, Crown and Coke or something like that.
Bloody. I love a good Bloody Mary up there.
So let's do another round real quick, including our friend James here, who got caught pooping. I've always loved this segment because you guys are very good about teasing it out. So what you do is you lay out a scenario for us, something that happened in your life, and we've got to figure out whether it happened as a drunk adult or a little kid. And James has told us so far that his just has to do with being caught pooping.
All right.
So be a little bit more elaborate, but don't let us know if you did it as a drunk adult or a little kid. We're going to try and figure this out. What happened, bud?
I snuck onto this high-end golf course to take a crap, and I got caught by a security guard mid-dump, like mid-turd.
Okay.
All right. This has to be a drunk
This
adult.
has to be a drunk adult,
Yeah.
right? Drunk adult or little kid here, James?
I was a drunk adult.
Yeah.
I had to go number 2 while I was visiting my girlfriend's rich parents. Nature called, and I snuck out onto the fancy little golf course that they had. Mid-dump, a flashlight hits my face. It was a security guard. Okay. He didn't even let me finish. Thank God my girlfriend's parents didn't find out.
Wow. Gross. How many did we have a whole topic about people that do that into the cups on the green, right?
Wait, that's a thing?
Cup. It was you. You told me that the guy that you were golfing with said that he does it all the time.
He said, yeah, but that's the only time I've ever heard of it. I've never heard of multiple people doing this.
I felt like we had too many phone calls supporting
This isn't like when we started taking calls that one time about people that are pooping in the Target dressing rooms.
Yeah.
That was different. Like people pooping in the wastebaskets in the Target dressing rooms or in a tanning bed garbage can that's in the little booth with you.
But to reach in and get your golf ball and grab something else with it, that's not nice.
I think my thing is I remember when I first started dating my wife, never once when I had to go potty did I think I better sneak outside and drop this deuce.
Yeah.
That never just went through my head.
Really?
Never. No, I can honestly say that never once happened.
Freaking liar.
Jade, I appreciate your patience. Give us a scenario. We're going to figure out if it was drunk Jade or little kid Jade.
I played bingo with a motorcycle gang who were high on acid.
Okay, so this motorcycle gang got high on acid and played bingo with Jade. But was Jade a drunk adult or a little kid, Kat?
I'm going to say bingo, so drunk adult.
I'm going to go little kid on this one because I think that makes the story better. So Jade, drunk adult or little kid?
I was a little kid.
Hey!
I am less than responsible babysitter.
I'm horrible.
Took me to a party at some really weird dude's house.
Yeah.
And turns out they were all part of a biker gang who were high on acid.
Of course.
That we played bingo all night. And, they had an old-time jukebox and a one-eyed dog, and they were actually some of the nicest guys I've ever met.
I've always heard that biker gangs on acid are some of the nicest guys you'll ever meet.
The sweetest.
They're very caring, cuddly.
What a horrible story. That was really bad.
Had the one-eyed dog in there. All right, one more. Beth, your patience is very, 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 very appreciated. Give us the scenario. We're going to figure out if it was a drunk adult or little kid moment here.
I met Michael Jackson, and I told him that I wanted to marry him.
Oh, all right.
I'm going to say little kid, because that sounds like a cute little kid thing to do.
I would have went the other way. I would have went drunk adult. So, Beth, you were hammered or a little kid?
So this was back when I was a little kid.
Yes,
and it was actually at a charity event. And growing up, I had the biggest crush on Michael Jackson. I cannot even begin to tell you. So when I got to meet him, I said, I want you to marry me.
Sure.
And he laughed and he patted my head and then just walked away.
How amazing is that? Do you ever hear that Zac Efron story where Zac's manager says, hey, I got someone on the phone for you. So he takes the phone and says, hello. And Michael goes, hello, who's this? And then Zac's like, this is Zac Efron. Who's this? He goes, this is Michael. And he goes, no way, you're like my idol. And just spews it all out. And he goes, can you give the phone back to Jack, please? Did not want to talk to Zac Efron. He's like, quite sure he had to Google me after he got off the phone.
Radio Paparazzi.
You know what? I like this guy. He's not off-putting to me. He doesn't rub me the wrong way. Elon Musk, he has a fortune of $212 billion, by the way, the richest person on the planet you live on. And he is talking about how he doesn't even have a home.
Well, sure, it would be very problematic if I was consuming billions of dollars a year in personal consumption. But that is not the case. In fact, I don't even own a home right now. I'm literally staying at friends' places. If I travel to the Bay Area, where most of Tesla engineering is, I basically rotate through friends' spare bedrooms. I don't have a yacht. I really don't take vacations. So it's not as though my personal consumption is high. I mean, the one exception is a plane, but if I don't use the plane, then I have less hours to work.
I know.
He justified having the plane because he works on the plane, and I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that, too. I mean, I think he has another baby on the way, and that's going to be number 7 for him. But everyone's taken care of.
He's looking to create a better world, and I'm okay with that.
All right, so on the real, Jessica Simpson, she was talking about the 3-year process that it's been to get rid of that pregnancy weight.
Well, it took 3 years. I call it determined patience. I believe in setting small goals for yourself. You know, I've lost 100 pounds 3 times. I definitely gained a lot of weight in my pregnancies. I celebrate pregnancy, but this last pregnancy was really hard for me. I don't know if it was because I was older and the hormones and all kinds of stuff. Right. But, woo.
A lot of people are like, oh my God, she gains so much weight, but she's so short. And it has nowhere to go but her feet. Like
Who cares?
But now she looks good, but very, very thin. But of course, people are going to attack her for that too, and it's sad.
The problem is she looked so amazing when she did like Dukes of Hazzard and like that part. Like she was so hot then that people want to compare that now, and they're like, "No, you're a mom." You know what I mean? Like you have different priorities.
You can be a hot mom, but she's developing a menswear line for you specifically. No, but she says she knows what a guy's butt should look like in jeans. So just look out for that line coming to a store near you. So Johnny Depp, he is doing his defamation lawsuit right now against ex-wife Amber Heard. You cannot see his face because this is radio, but I guarantee you can tell the point where he chuckled.
What else did Miss Heard say about feeling insecure? She told me she didn't like hanging out in his house with his friends because it was boring and they were all old men playing guitars and it wasn't interesting to her.
Right there. He starts to chuckle because his friends that are old men are Alice Cooper and Joe Perry from Aerosmith. They'd come over to jam.
They are old men playing guitars. It's not like she's wrong.
Yeah, but his chuckle was just like, well,
oh, that could be boring. You got a couple of the greatest musicians on the planet. That couldn't be boring.
Blowing out their candles today, we have Kate Hudson turning 43. Troy Polamalu is 41, and Suge Knight is 57 today. Sports, Colin Kaepernick hasn't played in the NFL since, 2016, when he started 11 games for the San Francisco 49ers, and now he's ready to come back.
Are you willing to do what Carmelo Anthony did? NBA, take league minimum. If an opportunity presented itself today and they said, we want to bring you in as the backup, would you take that?
Yeah.
You'll take that? If an opportunity...
I know I have to find my way back in. So... yeah, if I have to come in as a backup, that's fine.
I think the hardest part about this was, even now, if he does have to retain that skill set, to be one of the best professional quarterbacks in the world.
He said he hasn't gone a day without training hardcore as if he were still in the NFL.
He's aged 5 years.
That's true.
That's a long time in the career of an NFL player. If he's still got the skills, I say let him get back in.
The Taco Bell classic, the Mexican pizza, which just screams my 2003 senior year of high school is coming back.
There's something very unusual going on at Taco Bell. Something you wouldn't expect. We're making pizza. Mexican pizza. Maybe you wouldn't expect it from an ordinary fast food place, but at Taco Bell, you would.
May 19th, it's coming back to the menu, and I'm very excited. I really don't care about anything on the menu except for that. It was so good.
Wow.
And just like the nostalgia. Guess who else is excited? Miss Doja.
This ain't even Mexican food, but I don't care when the clock hits 2 a.m. p.m. if that is your mood. Mexican pizza is the pizza for you and me.
Oh, she's
just hardcore beaten out because she's excited. Grab your spork, and that is the pour before you hit the door. I did not say anything bad. You're the one that is just bail.
Guys, plus you went like this on the desk.
I did not, because I was creating a beat. You're the worst. You are the worst.
I think today we could use a joke from our friend Alexa. So, and by the way, remember, you can listen to our station and our show anytime by just saying, Alexa, play 104.7 KCLD. But first, give me a joke.
Why are grizzlies so light on their feet?
Why?
They only carry the bare necessities.
Let's start with some good news. I've got good news and good news.
Tell them the good news.
Good news? Good news.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
Still talking. All right. So
she got jokes.
She's got jokes for days. Okay. So I know that, some people say they're cats. They can live outside. They're called alley cats for a reason. But a student-run shelter in Wisconsin doing their part to make sure that all cats have a new home.
Seeing the follow through with the cats from when they first get here to seeing them go to their forever homes. It's been so fulfilling.
I love in college when students can run things that could impact the whole world, like
good life experience. Plus, there's a little less risk. You know what I mean? It's usually not financially burdened.
At the U of M, they have that student-run
The food
market.
shelter, yeah.
Yeah, and I just think it's so brilliant. It's going to just breed so many good things in the world. So to start in college like that is awesome, and that is what's good. All right, I'm going to set it up. The USFL has a running back named Devian Smith, fired for being disrespectful after a staffer that was serving the team chicken salad when he doesn't like chicken salad. He just wanted pizza. So I guess he didn't strong arm, but he definitely had some words for this guy and then watered it down here.
Then they fired him.
Yeah.
When I first talked to you guys on March 22nd, I had a handbook. I covered some items that were very important to me. Line 46 addresses that. Any disrespect of football or members, staff, USFL, hotel, etc. would not be tolerated. And it's been brought to my attention that has occurred with you. So unfortunately, cost of doing business, I'm going to have to let you go.
I didn't think I did anything or said anything disrespectful. I can tell you what happened exactly.
It's not important right now.
Right.
It's not important.
I don't know.
It's already happened.
Right.
It's already happened.
I didn't say anything disrespectful. I don't eat chicken salad. And I was like, is there another option? Walked in with pizza, and I was like, can I get a slice of pizza? He said no. He said it's not going to be a problem. I said yes.
And I appreciate you sharing that, but the matters, it's done.
I got a couple of issues here. Number one, you didn't give this guy a chance to tell everybody. You're just believing one party.
Wow, don't you think that they asked the people that were sitting at the table and then they also corroborated it with
the other
person
part is
serving?
like you saying disrespectful completely means something different to me. Like this, if you came from a very pish posh upbringing, you saying, hey, can I get a piece of pizza might be disrespectful. Me going, hey, maybe it's against my values or whatever that I'm not going to eat this chicken. Can I get a piece of pizza? If that's the way he said it, you can't tell me that's grounds for firing a professional athlete.
I am assuming that he did not deliver those words the way he just did right there. Like he was pretty calm right there.
Let's just say he went to the caterer. Hey, this chicken salad sucks. Give me some pizza. You're going to fire a professional athlete for having bad manners?
Why don't you set the tone for the rest of the league?
That's not your job. Your job is to take the ball and run as fast as you can without getting tackled.
Well, when you sign on line 46, when you sign that contract and you say, I understand everything that you have set in place, then
you are not in
you get
service.
fired. It's just like people that maybe are meteorologists and they don't understand that you can't post all the stuff that you want that's in your brain on social media because your company told you that you can't, and then you get fired and then you wonder why.
So what good does it do? What good does it do to say you can't post your own personal opinion on something?
It protects your company.
Horse crap.
No.
This guy's job is to be a professional athlete. If the caterer brings him crappy food and he doesn't want it, you're going to fire him for that?
I do not feel bad for people
here.
that get fired for doing things that go against their company's policies. And when you sign on that, if you have questions about number 46, line 46, what does that qualify? Does it qualify me raising my tone just a couple of octaves when I want chicken
If it does, this
salad?
coach is going to do this at one point on the sideline too. He's going to get mad at his players missing a blocking assignment. If you tell me, he goes, hey, 45, you got to get there. He should get fired? That's disrespectful in my opinion. See,
that is not disrespectful in your opinion, please.
Stuff. It's all so
That's
subjective.
Coaching.
This is a way for somebody to have plausible reason to get rid of somebody and break a contract without having to pay it out.
You've never had that feeling where maybe somebody needed to leave and ever in any job?
Yeah, and I've had to have that difficult discussion with somebody saying, you're bad for us. And then they go, but you don't have any grounds to fire me. And then you got to wait it out.
And then you got to look for it like them going against line 46.
Massage, a haircut and color, mani and pedi. You can win it all for Mother's Day, courtesy of KCLD with our Hot Mess Photo Contest. Start by texting the word mess to 251-1047. Good morning, it's Kat and JJ up in here. Imagine if our company had a policy where you were going to get fired every time you were rude.
Every time I was rude to people?
Yeah.
I would understand that.
I'd have been gone 15 years ago.
You would have been gone so long
Here's
ago.
the problem, is this is human nature. You can't just start firing people for being rude. Like, people have bad days. You're going to can them?
I have a feeling that there is more of a backstory that will come out He tweeted like an hour after this meeting that you'll hear right here, but he tweeted just the word wild. Like, I just can't believe it. But
So this USFL player got canned because he wanted pizza instead of chicken salad.
When I first talked to you guys on March 22nd, I had a handbook. I covered some items that were very important to me. Line 46 addresses that. Any disrespect to football or members, staff, USFL, hotel, etc. would not be tolerated. And it's been brought to my attention that has occurred with you. So unfortunately, cost of doing business, I'm going to have to let you go.
I didn't think I did anything or said anything disrespectful. I can tell you what happened exactly.
It's not important right now.
Right.
It's not important.
I don't know.
It's already happened.
Right.
It's already happened.
I didn't say anything disrespectful. I don't eat chicken salad. And I was like, is there another option? Walked in with pizza, and I was like, can I get a slice of pizza? He said no. He said, it's not going to be a problem. I said yes.
And I appreciate you sharing that. But the matters, it's done.
They canned him. They let the guy go.
if it was truly just a calm conversation of Devian Smith saying, listen, I would love a piece of pizza if you could throw in my way, and then the caterer just maybe out of spite didn't give it to him.
Exactly. This is exactly what happened.
We don't know. We don't know if there's history between
This guy,
him and
this caterer got cut from his junior high football team, and he's jealous now. That's what's
now
going
that's
on
your
here.
own narrative.
Yeah,
but-
well, so it's still you can't cut a professional athlete because he wanted pizza instead of chicken.
Sure you can. When you sign that contract, your rules.
Dominique, how do you feel when you hear this?
I feel like it had to be more because he had to have been warned or something. Because first outburst and you just fire him, that's ridiculous.
I agree with you. There has to have been some type of like kickback that he has been giving coaches or treating other staffers a certain way, and then they were just looking for this one thing that they needed. You know, that's what I think.
Yeah, because I'm a JJ on that. You don't know how people perceive things, and people may perceive your entire personality as being rude or cocky.
Yeah.
You don't know. So this had to be just the top tier of everything else that he's probably
And by the way, we have created a society where we take these professional athletes and put them on a pedestal because of their skill set, not because of their personality very often or the fact that they're really nice to old ladies. We go, oh my God, you can run really fast or hit a ball really far or, skate backwards and put a puck in a net.
I think
that's what we're paying you for, not for your, kindness.
Dominique, do you agree with me that I feel like when you do become an athlete and have a certain amount of people looking at you all the time, you should hold yourself to a higher standard and not make mistakes? I know humans make mistakes, but I think you have to be really careful when you have kids looking up to you all the time.
Well, when you have, the world looking at you in general, you have way higher standards.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of walk on eggshells, especially when it comes to the policies and recommendations of what you have signed up for. If they say no disrespect, if you don't know what disrespect is to them, maybe you should inquire more questions.
I agree.
Okay, well, this is how I express myself. Would this be considered rude? Would this be considered, terms for termination or whatever?
This is exactly what I'm thinking about. Look, everybody just stop for 1 second. Imagine you go into work today and your work is going to surprise you with lunch. Everybody gather around the conference table. You know what we've got? We have catered in chicken salad from Panera. And you go, you know what? I don't eat meat. What is that? You have a cheese pizza right there? Can I get one of those pieces of pizza instead? And they go, no. And you go, oh, this is going to be a problem then. Should you get fired?
I'm just telling you, there's got to be more. There's got to be more. I just find it.
I just feel like there's more. Because I completely understand. What if you're vegan and you don't eat any of that? You want a salad instead. Hey, I just want a salad. Is that going to be a problem?
There's a background. There's a backstory.
Thank you, Dominique. I really appreciate you hollering at us today.
Trending, I guess, getting you ready for some movie watching this weekend are the top 50 best romantic comedies in history. Some making the list: Pretty Woman, You've Got Mail, and then When Harry Met Sally.
I love that you are the last person I want to talk to before I go to sleep at night. And it's not because I'm lonely, and it's not because it's New Year's Eve. I came here tonight because when you realize you want to spend the rest of your life with somebody, you want the rest of your life to start as soon as possible.
Oh.
Billy Crystal is a genius.
You see? That is just like
Thank you, Harry. You say things like that and you make it impossible for me to hate you.
There you go. That is number 1, by the way. So you've got Mail
When
at
Harry
number 3.
Met Sally is the number 1 romantic comedy of all time?
But how cool to be Megan. Why am I blanking on her name?
The Stallion?
No, Megan the Stallion. Meg Ryan, sorry. To have 2 in the top 3, which is pretty cool.
Wow, that's her whole thing, right?
What is your ultimate favorite rom-com?
Now, yours is?
Mine is Notting Hill, but I have so many. But I love Hugh Grant. I love Hugh Grant in 2 Weeks' Notice with Sandra Bullock, where she craps in the RV.
Whoa.
But it's like the faces that he makes are so romantic when he looks at that woman who he's supposed to be in love with. I love it.
Can I give you an audio hint as to what mine is?
Yeah. Runaway Bride.
I love Runaway Bride.
You do?
Yeah, you know why?
My God,
it's that,
so cliche.
That Cusack chick makes this movie. She's so awesome.
Joan Cusack's pretty good.
And then I think I've always thought of Richard Gere as like a pretentious jerk until he gets the hair coloring. When they color his hair the wrong color, or what is it, like a rainbow or something like that at one point, and then he just sees it in the mirror and then smiles and looks down and walks out, like knowing he's truly defeated. That's my favorite part of that movie. And then I think Julia Roberts is just such a cutie. So
other people were chiming in on Facebook. We had that post today as the question as well. A Walk to Remember. That is so sad. I can't even think about it. That's with Mandy Moore. Sweet Home Alabama. I love that. When they finally look at each other.
In a bar?
In a bar. So what is your favorite romantic comedy? Did it fall on the top 50? Let me know.
I got this date right. May 14th at Grand Casino Mille Lacs. That's when Hunks, the show, will be there.
Oh, yeah.
I am seeing this thing?
I got so many messages yesterday. It's like, nobody's your friend until you have half-naked men tickets. And I am emceeing, and I got a room.
Do you put together any kind of shtick before this, or do you just go up there and go? Nobody cares. So
nobody cares about me.
I've done a couple of those where I remember when I got to open for Jay Leno, and they're like, "Yeah, you can do a couple minutes of material," and I got ignored. Like, I'm up there trying to be funny for 2 minutes.
Yeah,
and I got ignored like your third cousin nobody's ever met at a family reunion. People were talking. They left the house lights up. They didn't care until I went, "Ladies and gentlemen, Jay Leno."
I know.
Whoa, oh my God, he's here. Oh my God. Like, they just lost their stuff.
But the thing is, I would love to coordinate with these men because I have all these bachelorette parties and these women that are all hopped up on like mojito mix and stuff. And then I'm like, all right, everybody, welcome the wieners. The hunks are coming out.
You can't say welcome the wieners.
And then they're cheering. They're dying. They're losing their minds. And then they got to wait another like 7 minutes until the music
starts. I hate
starts.
that, too. I've had to do that before. You know what? I got a couple ideas for you. Number one, what if you grabbed a bunch of our T-shirts and kind of made them like you cut the sleeves off and stuff like that, and then they could throw them out?
Yep.
Yeah?
That's a good idea.
How about our new little cell phone holder, guys? These little...
They can rest it right on.
No, I was going to say, what if they shoved a bunch of these down their pants and then threw them out during the show?
Is that a little red KCLD phone holder, or are you just happy to see me?
See? Are they going to have them just peeking out the side of the banana hammock?
That'd be cute.
And then their eyes pop out. They're like, woo!
Yes. You won't find this until I want you to find this.
I got a couple ideas. Honks at Grand Casino Mille Lacs, May 14th. Kat is emceeing the show. Therefore, she sits on a plethora of tickets for you.
Yeah. Grab your prude-free best friend and just get ready. They pluck people from the audience. They come down. They'll dance with you, grind. They're so sweaty and oily at the same time. It's a perfect combo.
It's a good idea to maybe bring I know Derek, when he'll go to a party, he'll bring a sweat towel. Would it be a good idea for a lady to bring one of those just to make sure? Like, you don't want to go...
And they don't accept tips.
What? You don't shove dollars in their shorts?
I think that's a bit degrading.
Is it really?
No, but they do say, I know that in shows past, they're like, no need to
You just have to run the credit card up their butt cheeks?
Yeah.
Is that what you do?
We accept the chip. Put the chip in.
Wait till, don't pull it out too soon.
Beep, beep, beep. Start over. Anyway, so I'm going to make it so easy for you because your mind is somewhere dirty and I love it. And I only want these women to win. You need some time away.
Don't call yet. Wait until you know the answer. Otherwise, it's going to be incredibly embarrassing. Kat's going to give you a bunch of scrambled up letters. Is this a word or a phrase?
This is a word of something that you'd find in the Hunks dressing room.
Okay.
All right.
Listen closely and then unscramble this word.
All right. O, OTNILO.
Start calling immediately.
I had to make sure I spelled it.
320-251-1047. The big hint is that it is something you would find in the hunks dressing room.
Right.
Is it something that you would yourself use?
I have it right next to me right now.
What?
And you don't know, but I have it right now.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. What's your name?
Courtney.
Courtney, you sound like you want to go see hunks. What is...
You also sound like you're 9.
You get that a lot?
No, 30.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Dirty 30. Going to see hunks if you can unscramble that word. What is it?
Lotion.
Lotion is right.
What's the lotion in the basket? You got it, girl.
Yes. Yay.
Oh,
Have you ever been to one of these shows, Courtney?
No, and it's actually my mom's birthday tomorrow, so I think I might bring her with me whenever it is.
Look at that. Now, she's not all she's not all prudy or anything, is she?
No, not at all. I
right.
got it from my mama.
I got to keep my mama up in the hotel room. I'm bringing her as well. So she's... Because she'd wear her Crocs. You know she would.
And you're bringing your mother to this show. You don't have anybody else you could have fun with?
No, I get to just like hang out there for a while. I get to watch their rehearsal, by the way. How jealous are you of me? It is.
Oh, you're so lucky.
So hot.
That's like one-on-one.
I pretend I have to be there.
Courtney, I need you to relax for a half a second. It's 7:18 on a Tuesday morning. You got to pump the brakes a little bit.
Yeah. You are in for a good time.
I hope you have a great time. Thanks for hanging with us. I'll get some more details off the air here. And you can call Mama and say, happy birthday. You're going to see Naked Man.
Yay!
Let's begin now.
What it do at 6:02. Welcome to a show where people wear one shoe.
Boo.
Hi, Kat. How's you doing?
I've already watched too many alligator training videos this morning. I have no idea. You get down that rabbit hole, you're not getting out. But I do know how to train an alligator.
You do not.
Yes,
I
do.
You do not.
You really have to start when they're younger.
No.
Gain their trust. You're the dominant. You're their parent. And you have to have meat on you at all times.
When did it happen that you just didn't have anything else going on in your life?
I don't know. When I started dominating life and then had a little extra time on my hands. So
now you would like to be a amphibious trainer?
I would. I wouldn't mind that.
It's got to be a step up from this.
Had a busy day yesterday. Went and did my chem peel at Midwest Clinic of Dermatology. We're going to find all of our winners. It was fantastic. It does burn a little bit, but it's a good burn. You know, like I assume it's like you could equate it to when you work out.
Okay, so like
it's a good burn. And then picked Liam up, and then he found out that they were playing a game of pickup basketball at the high school. So I dropped him off, and then I had a baseball board meeting for about 9 hours, it seemed.
Ours seemed to go forever, too.
Oh, it was just like sometimes they overthink things and then 20 minutes goes by and you're like, why are we still talking about it?
The biggest difference is these people, when you get to your kids, if you're sitting on a board or if you're sitting on like the treasurer of their hockey team or whatever, the problem is a lot of people have jobs where they're just... Our job is based on efficiency, and when we get our job done, we get to go home.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't have those kind of jobs where they're just there for 8 hours. They're locked to a desk for 8 hours. So they find a way to milk out the time to make it a little more interesting, where we're just get the job done kind of people.
Yeah, I felt that way. But most of them know how to do that. And then yesterday, you got the voicemail ready?
Yeah.
So what happened was my in-laws, my mother-in-law was taking a nap. So my father-in-law goes down to the barn to feed the horses. Okay, so he's down there. He leaves a crack in the back sliding patio door. Forgot to shut the security system off.
Oh, it went buzzing, huh?
And the way that my mother-in-law sleeps, she has ear buds in, and then she has a bandana to hold them in place. And then she has headphones like what we wear over those.
So hold on. She's got noise-canceling earbuds in with a bandana over her head.
Yeah.
And then like the headphones like the guys on the airport wear.
Yes. So she has 3 lines of defense against noise.
Nobody's waking her up.
And then she has her light-canceling eye mask on. I mean, she's like dead to the world, okay? So the alarm is like going off, but only to the security system. And so Hennepin County Security is calling my father-in-law, calling her. Then they go to their backups. They call my brother-in-law. They call Heidi down the street. And then they get to Derek. And this is what they get.
Now listen to me very carefully. Whoever you're trying to reach right now, I'm very sorry to disappoint you, but they cannot come to the phone. Leave your name, number, and a brief message, and they'll call you back.
Okay.
Hasta la vista,
baby.
So in case of a true emergency, that's what they're getting. So my mother-in-law comes out. There's a police officer walking around her house because my father-in-law is still down at the bar and has no idea what's going on. And yeah. It was just a show.
Radio Paparazzi.
The Weeknd closed the main part of his Sunday Coachella set with Save Your Tears for Another Day. But the outro of the song was a voicemail apology from a woman.
Hey, it's me. I know it's been a while, but I was just thinking about you. And I'm sorry about everything. I miss you.
It sounds a bit staged to me, but people thinking it's Bella Hadid, who they were together for like 4 years, and he loves her, but he's like romantically linked to Angelina Jolie, which I think is totally fake. All right, so post-show, Lizzo tweeted, "I'm the first ever host to introduce themselves. Thank you, Lauren," as in Lauren Michaels. So this is what it sounded like.
Ladies and gentlemen, me.
But not exactly true because Chance the Rapper and Justin Timberlake did the same.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chance the Rapper.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise. Let's go!
That's pretty cool to have the talent to be able to be the host and the musical guest at the same time. That's a lot of weight on your shoulders. All right, comedian and actor Andy Dick, who has fallen on some hard times. He's been staying with a YouTuber in Las Vegas who calls himself a Whoppy Flanker. And he has been live streaming his life, and Whoppy not liking it and pulled a gun the other day.
Dude, the next person that shows up at my door and announced to is getting a bullet in their chest. I swear to God, you can put that on record.
Oh my God.
I will kill you if you show up at my house unannounced. And I'm getting this close to the edge.
Woo.
Get out of my house right now. He's another extorter. You're so protective, it really makes me cry. I'm sorry, dude.
Word is they're dating. But guess who else showed up unannounced with the Vegas police? You cannot brandish a gun and threaten to kill people that show up at your house.
So, right. That's a terroristic threat.
Right.
It's over the internet. So, yeah.
But yeah, Andy is just in a weird spot right now. Blowing out their candles today, we have Choi Pao-Maolu turning 41. Joanna Gaines, love her. Spend too much time at her corner of Target, 44. And then Ashley Judd is 54. A federal judge says the mask mandate on planes and other forms of public transportation is unconstitutional. The judge says the CDC overstepped its authority and declared the rule invalid.
Department of Homeland Security, who would be implementing, and the CDC are reviewing the decision. And of course, the Department of Justice would make any determinations about litigation. The mask mandate should be in place, and that it's safer for individuals who are flying to continue to wear masks. So we would say to anyone sitting out there, we'd recommend you wear masks on the airplane.
I saw all these people celebrating and ripping their masks off before they got on planes.
Yeah.
I'm like, even on a good day without COVID, I'm now a little bit more conscious of the fact that you've got 400 people in a little tin can with you, and their germs are really close to you. I'm probably going to mask up for quite a while, yes.
You know what I found is that when I wear my mask on a plane, I don't get as sick. I don't smell the jet fuel that makes me sick immediately. I throw up on every flight, and since I've worn a mask on flights, and I've gone on, 10 flights since the pandemic started, and I don't smell any jet fuel.
COVID. I'm just not into getting your kids cold. I'm just not down for that anymore. That interrupts my life.
And you know what? If somebody's wearing it across the aisle, that's not your problem. That's not yours. All right. The State Department is calling Russia's recent attacks in Ukraine a campaign of terror.
Russia
more than just launching an invasion, more than just launching a war, is undertaking a campaign of terror, a campaign of brutality. These are clear indications. They are a clear testament to the campaign of brutality, the campaign of terror that the Russians are waging against the people of Ukraine.
There is a plan now that we are beginning to execute, and we think that training can happen in the next several days.
After pandemic postponements, a lot of people are not taking any more risks when it comes to getting married. An estimated 2.6 million weddings are going to be expected to take place this year. But most weddings, they're going to fall between Monday and Thursday.
Love cannot wait. Weekday marriages and ceremonies are the new rage. Cheaper, cost effective, less traffic.
It's nice and quiet here. We don't have to worry about interfering with anybody else's events. So it's kind of like having the place to ourselves.
A choice of 5 entrees.
Kind of works out in our favor.
You know what I was thinking about this? Like for a lot of people, taking a week or 2 weeks out, like Elena's taking 2 weeks after her wedding for a honeymoon. For a lot of people, if you're getting a little bit later in life and you get married, that's not always an option because kids have school and stuff like that. I'm a fan of like the Monday or Tuesday wedding and then taking the rest of the week off as your honeymoon and then going back to work on Monday. I'm a fan of that.
4 days?
Yeah, 4 or 5 days.
Honeymoon?
That is plenty of time to connect with your new bride or husband and let them know that, and then people get back to life quicker. Yeah. I'm a fan of that. I'm okay with that.
My cousin Lauren was at our little family get-together. It was my nephew Clark's 8th birthday party, and she swung in, and we were talking to her, and she's like, yeah, it's going to be the week. This is the week that I'm going to just cut things off with her boyfriend of 2.5 years. She's 29. She's like, I thought I'd have kids by now. I thought I'd have like 2 kids. We'd be living somewhere. I'd have my dream job, and nothing is going according to plan. And so this guy that she's been with is a medical salesman. So he sells medical equipment to hospitals, and he's lived all over the place, and he's getting the milk. You know what I mean? And just not making any moves. So she said she's going to Zoom break up with him.
That milk's no good.
This weekend. Tainted milk? You're saying my cousin Lauren has tainted milk?
Maybe.
No, not at all. She's a cute girl,
it was
funny.
Great. You'd put a ring on it.
But she's putting up with too much. It's like, find somebody where you live. There are people where you live. It's like 90 Day Fiance. You really want to jump through all those hoops. I know it's love, but like you can find love.
I don't know if it's love. I think a lot of those people, yeah. Anyways.
So she's going to Zoom break up with him because she says it's the most respectful way because he's not around and she wants to do it face to face. And that's the only way that she can do that.
He's never home?
He's like hardly ever home. Maybe 10 days out of the month. He'll come back home.
You got to do this face-to-face. You can't do this over Zoom. It's a 3-year relationship. You cannot.
I think it's like as respectful as you could possibly get right now.
Or wait till he comes home. Move your stuff out when he comes home and there's nobody there.
Have everything ready.
And just have everything already gone. And then just be like, meet him at the door and be like, hey, deuces, this is it. And
he's not a bad guy. We've met him so many times, but he's not a bad guy. It's just not working out. But
you can't do it on Zoom.
2022 is Zoom the most respectful way instead of a phone call or a text. Some people will think a text is just an appropriate way to break up with someone.
I think it's okay if you've just been dating a couple of months.
To text break up?
I think that's all right.
I think it's really rude. I think you have to take into accountability their feelings. If you want to be broken up with like that, no.
I think if you've spent at least a holiday with their family, then you got to do it face to face.
I've never been broken up with. I don't even know how does that feel? Like you have many stories. I know. Like
there's not enough time left in the show for me to tell you all the times I've been dumped.
I just want to know, so I can pass it along with her to her. Do you think that it's an appropriate way to break up with someone that you've been with for 2.5 years, and now it's time to move on? I think it's okay.
That's good for her. That she's going to move on, that she's going to start a new life, and it's going to be very exciting. But I don't think you can do this via Zoom. What do you guys think? Welcome to Playhouse Island, where there's enough bountiful resources for only 3 of us to live comfortably. Kat has already staked her claim to one portion of the island. I'll take this little nook over here by the bay. That means you'll have plenty of room, but we only can have one person stay. So, I've answered 4 phone calls, and in no particular order, we're going to meet the people that want to live with us. on Playhouse Island.
Can I have the question?
Sure.
Can I give the question?
Everybody gets the same question, and the reason we do that is so we get to know you a little bit better, and that Kat can nominate you as the first president of Playhouse Island. You'll be able to pull all the strings. What'd you spill?
Nothing.
All right. First, let's say, and again, nobody except for myself knows who's on what line. So first we say good morning to Brian. Hi, Brian.
Yo, what's going on, JJ?
How you feeling?
Oh, hey, Brian. Hi. There we go. Okay. So
I'm feeling pretty dang good.
we're going to pretend we're naked, Brian, because we have this conversation every weekend when Derek and I watch Naked
Try not
and
to look
Afraid.
shocked, please.
What item would you bring? You only get one item to help us survive.
I'm going to bring Derek Lee with.
Oof.
Failed already.
I believe that's the wrong answer, but that's Brian's answer, and he's got to stick to it. We can also say good morning to Rachel. How's Rachel feeling?
Good.
All right, so same question. You're going to join us naked on the island, but you only get to bring one thing. What's it going to be?
Okay. A hat.
A hat. I
Hor-
feel like
horrible. Has nobody ever watched this show?
I feel like people aren't thinking these answers through too much. Kimberly's also with us today. Hi, Kim.
Hi.
We're naked. You can only bring one thing onto the island. What are you bringing?
Matches.
Oh.
Okay, what if they get wet? You want a fire starter. That's fine. Okay, matches.
How many?
I watch it too often.
You watch
Nobody's saying a mosquito net. All right, here we go.
Hold on. We still got one more person. I mean, you could have met Sarah over here.
Hey, Sarah.
And she could have said a mosquito net, but apparently not. How's Sarah feeling?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. Is it Sarah with an H or Sarah with no H?
No H.
Oh, she said it with an H.
Oh, my name is Sarah.
That's Sarah with an H.
Too bad if you don't like that, because haters gonna hate.
Are you going to bring an H to the island? Is that what you're bringing if you have one thing, or are you bringing something else?
I wanted to say lighter, but now I'm going to go with blanket.
Okay.
A blanket.
Right. So Brian is going to bring your husband.
Okay.
Rachel is going to bring a hat. Kimberly is going to bring some matches, and Sarah is going to bring a blanket.
Well, safe to say, we will all die.
Based on those answers, you have to pick somebody to be our first president of Playhouse Island today, Kat.
I guess if I had to pick the most logical, let's go with Kim.
Kimberly, congratulations. The matches seem to have got you to be president of Playhouse Island. So you're halfway home. Not really, because you don't know what line you're on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lock you in, though, and now you have to throw somebody to the Sharks, Kim. Who are we going to say goodbye to? Person on line 1, 2, 3, or 4?
2.
Okay, I was going to say, are you there? Because it's only a 4-hour show.
All right.
Line 2 must go. Therefore, we say goodbye to Rachel. I'm sorry, Rachel.
Oh, no. You take your big hat and go.
Have a great day.
A hat. Who
You're
does a hat?
Oh, no, I think she's
I'm
panicked.
serious.
All right, so
All right.
Kim, we know lines 1, 3, and 4 still exist. Say goodbye to which line next?
Oh, my goodness. We'll go with 1.
Line 1 must go. Therefore, we say goodbye to our matches and Kimberly.
Oh, no.
Voted yourself off, Kim. Have a great day.
You too.
Take care. All right. That means, Kat, you've got Brian and you've got Sarah. Sarah without an H. And Brian, who wants to bring your husband.
Yeah.
You must nominate somebody to be the new president.
Well, let's go with Sarah.
All right, Sarah.
Had enough of Derek.
Sarah's thought it through. She's decided she's going to add an H to her name to be normal, and now you're president of Playhouse Island, Sarah. You must vote off line 3 or line 4. Hopefully it's not yourself. Who's got to go?
4.
Line 4 must go. Therefore, we say goodbye to Sarah without her H.
Oh, man.
Yourself off, Sarah.
So now we're stuck
Have a
with
good
Brian.
day. Brian,
There
congratulations.
we
You
go.
did nothing but give us a crappy answer and win. Yay.
But when
Hell
this
yeah.
happens, you prove how easy this contest is. You just sit there and you won. Good job.
So weird.
Weird stuff.
Everybody called me weird. I am weird.
You don't think this is a little weird?
No, I don't think it's weird at all.
Weird news.
You thought your tween was bad. A 400-pound gorilla at Chicago's Lincoln Park Zoo is so addicted to smartphones that he didn't even notice another gorilla lunging at him.
But what we've done is we've added now some ropes to keep people a bit back from the glass. And that's really a way of sort of controlling a little bit the amount of time that Amari is exposed to these types of photos. You know, it's very important in these bachelor groups that they spend a lot of time learning to be a gorilla. These are sort of teenage boys growing up together with these other teenage boys, and they're slowly learning the rules of gorilla society and learning to sort of become adults.
But he just loves to watch YouTube gorilla videos that people are showing him. And he can't get enough.
Like watching YouTube gorillas of people watching YouTube gorilla videos?
Yes.
Because that's what I've never understood that about our kids, how they love watching other people play video games. Mm-hmm. I'm like, why wouldn't you just want to play it? Oh,
these zookeepers are like, we just want them to live their most authentic life at the zoo.
Behind glass.
The Playhouse Podcast is made possible thanks to Bradshaw and Bryan Law Offices. Catch the live show weekdays from 5:30 to 9 on 104.7 KCLD. Now, share this with a friend.